Hello and welcome to the next video of my World's 2023 preview series, where we're going to cover Loud from CB Lull. A lot of people have been clamoring in the comments for this video. This is the next team in the order. I did not do this due to that. I want to make that clear because I do not want to encourage that sort of situation where people, clamor for something and then I end up doing it. So, Loud, Brazil, third straight event where they are representing CB Lull. So the last 3 years, the Brazilian representative at Worlds has not gotten out of play-ins. Obviously, this is a different format, but they're still in the play-ins. And only 2 teams are going to get out. And there's a lot of heavy hitters in the play-ins. So coach is BLZ. BLZ is 6-10 over his career internationally as a coach. Worlds 2022 last year, where we did see Loud perform very well. Brant's obviously being a big part of that, in my opinion. He is no longer on the team. And then MSI this past year. Not this past year, but this year. Some success. Now, I am used to, the CB Lull fans that get really high on hopium. So we're going to go over these stats and some of my opinions. Robo in top lane at 25 years old. So the average age of this team, Croc is not 26. Tin Owns is 26. The average age of this team is 25. Croc's age being unknown. In CB Lull, Robo's numbers are not strong. 2.9 KDA, 8 CS per minute, 58 KP. 416 gold per minute, 22.1% of the team's gold. That is a big deal. 518 damage per minute, that's 22.1% of the team's damage. On average at 15 minutes, he's slightly ahead of his lane opponents. 100 gold, 4 CS, goes even in XP. 15 solo kills in 29 games. He played 10 different champions. Robo is extremely aggressive. He coin flips matchups. And against Korean imports that have to go to minor regions, that can look good. But when he goes internationally, it's not quite as strong. But you look at the gold per minute, you look at the gold share, he is one of the more carry-oriented top laners at this event. Very resource heavy. The team feeds him gold. And in part, that has to do with Tin Owns and his role as well as a facilitator. Now, Robo is 13-20 over his career internationally. That is the most decorated out of anybody on this team. Worlds 2019 and 22 out in play-ins. MSI 2017, 21, and 23 out in play-ins. Internationally, his numbers are very bad. 1.3 KDA, 7.7 CS per minute, 61.7 KP. So he dies a lot. 391 gold per minute, 492 damage per minute. So still keeps that aggression. At 15 minutes, he doesn't get blown out. So we do have to give him his credit that in the laning phase, he is not getting smoked. Down only 20 gold, 4 CS, and 140 XP. 18 solo kills in those 33 games. So once again, showing that he does have that ability to solo kill, be aggressive, and win his matchup, be competitive against anybody in the play-in stage at these events. Obviously, not going to the main stage, but at MSI, he's played top-tier talent as well. So, with that in mind, Robo, at 25 years old, he pretty much is what he is. He is a coin flipper at best. Croc, a Korean import. Like I said, age is unknown. This past year, he had a 3.6 KDA, 5.4 CS per minute, 69.8 KP, very average. His farm is average, his KP is average. 346 gold per minute, that's 18.4% of the team's gold. 321 damage per minute, that's 13.9% of the damage. On average, he's not blowing out his opponents at 15 minutes. 160 gold, 2 CS, even in XP. 3 solo kills, down 10 XP. 3 solo kills in 29 games, played 8 champions. He is not a carry-oriented jungler. He is just, I guess that's even wrong to say. He can do a little bit of both, but, it's clear that he's not one way or the other. Internationally, he's only played with Loud, 6-10, Worlds 22, and MSI 23, both out in play-ins. His KDA is also pretty ugly, 1.6, 4.9 CS per minute, 66.4 KP. So we see that when he goes international, he does drop off quite a bit. He's behind in farm, he's behind in tempo setting. 331 gold per minute, 334 damage per minute, on average down 120 gold, 4 CS, 150 XP, 1 solo kill in those 16 games played. So not as good internationally as you would like. Very similar to Robo. In mid lane, we have Tinones. Tinones obviously one of the most storied CBLOL players, 26 years old. He's definitely been around the block. This past split in Brazil, he was his standard self. Didn't die a lot, 5.7 KDA. 8.3 CS per minute, 62.5 KP, though. That is also Tinones. He's not dominating his matchups domestically. He does not dominate his matchups internationally, which hurts the team. If you are a facilitator, we've went over this last 2 events because people tell me, oh, but Tinones is this, that. He has to make things happen. If he does not make things happen, the team is going to be in a situation. Because when he has to go against better mid laners that are getting more gold, he has to give somebody else gold. If he is not getting gold himself, he needs to go around the rift and find gold for his teammates. And that means creating kills. That's creating pressure, things like that, getting objectives. But if he does not do that, then the team is in a losing proposition. 411 gold per minute. That's 21.9% of the team's gold. Robo is the secondary carry when it comes to resources on this team. 667 damage per minute. That's 28.6% of the team's damage. Like I said, facilitator makes things happen. He has to do that. He does it domestically. He has to do it internationally. That's why his damage numbers are so high. On average, at 15 minutes, he is ahead of his CBLOL counterparts. 135 gold, 3 CS, 65 XP, 5 solo kills in 29 games, did play 14 champions. That does play a role. When you're older, you have played a lot of different stuff. You have counters and things like that you can pull out. Internationally, he's 9-19. Worlds 2014, he actually played in group stage. 22 out in play-ins. MSI 21 and 23 out in play-ins. Between these 4 events, his KDA was a 2.2, CS per minute 8.2, 64.2 KP, 368 gold per minute, 471 damage per minute. And like I said, he gets behind internationally. On average, down 150 gold, 7 CS, and 188 XP, 5 solo kills in those 28 games. So he has to offset that CS diffy. He really does. He has to find a way, because these international numbers are pretty close to what they are domestically, right? The 8.2, the 60, low 60 KP. You know what I'm saying. So route, either way, however you want to say it. Korean import, solid player for minor region Korean import 80 carries, as far as that goes. 24 years old. Was very good stats-wise. I know I just did my Hall of Fame point stuff just for my own documents, so I can do my Hall of Fame stuff in the Discord. And I had Root as the 3rd best 80 carry in Brazil this past split. A lot of people say, oh no, he's the best one. I do have Brant's number 1 still. Sorry to, you can't turn down, 833 DPM? Let's be real. So, Root plays very passively. 6.5 KDA, 9.5 CS per minute, 72.6 KP. They do fight around him. 461 gold per minute, that's 24.5% of the team's gold. 691 damage per minute, 29.4% of the damage. He is the damage dealer. On average, he's ahead at 15 minutes. 180 gold, 7 CS, 115 XP. So he is, creating advantages. He and Seos down in bot lane, which is a big deal. That needs to happen. 5 solo kills, 7 champions, 29 games. His only international experience when it comes to these tournaments was at MSI, where he went 2-4, dropping out in play-ins. His numbers were okay. 3.9 KDA, 9.1 CS per minute, 64.4 KP, 433 gold per minute, 623 damage per minute. So he did show up. Gave up quite a bit of gold to probably stay alive. When you look at the other players on the team, you see their KDAs are very bad. Roots is good, which would indicate to you, okay, well, he doesn't die, so he gave up some farm to do so. On average, down 115 gold, 3 CS, but up 365 XP, aka I'm in my lane. I am getting XP in lane. Not really worried about, fighting around the team. 1 solo kill in the 6 games. Seos at support, 25 years old. This team is not young. It's actually one of the older ones at the event. 4-5 KDA, 73-8 KP, so also involved when the team does fight. They do fight around the bot lane. 316 vision score per minute. On average, places 8 to 9 vision wards every 5 minutes. 2 control wards every 5 minutes. And then clears about 1 ward every 3 minutes with all that vision. 7 champions, 29 games. So the bot lane not very diverse with his champion selection. In terms of domestically, he has been to 2 events with Loud. He's 6-10, Worlds 22 and MSI 23. KDA is very bad, 1-1, 66-1 KP, which makes sense. Roots KP also not as involved, right? This team, a lot of its kills coming away from the bot lane. 251 vision score per minute. On average, places 7 to 8 vision wards every 5 minutes internationally. 2 control wards every 5 minutes. And that, actually 1 control ward every other minute, and clears 1 ward every 3 minutes. So, I mean, I was really happy with Worlds 2022 out of Brazil. I was happy with how Red did before that, Red Canids. I thought they did very well at MSI 22. And Brantz obviously became a star at Worlds and obviously left and whatever with Flux, so I don't really give too much of a shit. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not as hyped about this team as I was last year because it doesn't have Brantz. That's what I said at MSI. Kind of saying it now. Going 2-4, great. Good for you at MSI. I didn't even look at the groups. Didn't even look at the playing groups. I'm not doing my prediction video until much closer to the event. But this team is right there with DFM. It's right there with, I would say, Team Wales, as well as PSG and Gant. Well, hell. They're with any other minor region team. We'll see who shows up on the day. I'd like to think PSG are above them, but at the same time, we'll see. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.